Ogoni people are one of the many indigenous people in the region of southeast Nigeria. They share common oil-related environmental problems with the Ijaw people of Niger Delta. But Ogonis are not listed in a list of people historically belonging to Niger Delta. They number about 1.5 million people and live in a 404 square mile homeland, which they also refer to as Ogoni or Ogoniland.
Your Excellency, we have different types of caribou, the junior one, the intermediate, and the senior. Thank you very much. We are so excited.
There is no way we destroy our communities, we destroy ourselves, and we want development. No area, no place in the world has succeeded without peace. Therefore, I want to urge all the Ogonis, including myself, to stop the violence. It is enough. We can't continue to destroy properties when we don't have. We can't continue to destroy lives when we need people. I want to say that we need peace in Ogoniland. I'm very convinced if peace exists, then unity will follow. We need unity. We should forget the past. Ogoni should learn how to forgive one another. Let us forgive one another. Mistakes are bound to happen, but forgiveness is very important. It's divine, it's approved by heaven. Therefore, let the Ogonis forgive themselves. I'm very convinced, and something tells me, something speaks to me right now as I'm talking, that the struggle of Ogoni must actualize. Whether you like it or not, we are going somewhere and we will get to the promised land.
I want to remind us of something. Your Excellency, last year, Ogoni Day, about this time, thank God that the chairman of the day's occasion did apologize on behalf of our people to the government of Rivers State. You can see that it was today that so many faces were here last year. People were mobilized in different forms. Money was spent because people were looking for power. And they were looking for position. And they organized people to come here, do campaigns, make trouble and all this. Are those people not Ogoni people anymore? Where are they today? We are celebrating the same Ogoni Day. So time has come when Ogoni people must get up and know that MOSOP is not a platform where people will use as a platform to climb to the top. And when they are there, they throw the ladder. If we say we are doing Ogoni thing, we must come out to stand by it. And whether you are in government or you are out of government, whether you are in position or you are not in position, you will be an Ogoni man. And so for those of us who we want to learn, should learn. If you don't want to learn, you leave. But I am a banner man. I want to let you understand. I am a banner man. And I'm an Ogoni man. We started this course and will continue to be by this course.
Owolu. No, bire. Yeah, bire. Wow, this is not below, but it is bire. Bireja. But Owolu. Wow.
According to oral tradition, the Ogoni people migrated from ancient Ghana down to the Atlantic coast, eventually making their way over to the eastern Niger Delta. Linguistic calculations done by K. Williams place the Ogoni in the Niger Delta since before 15 BC, making them one of the oldest settlers in the eastern Niger Delta region. Radiocarbon dating taken from sites around Ogoniland and the neighboring communities, oral tradition also support this claim. Traditionally, the Ogoni are agricultural, also known for livestock herding, fishing, salt and palm oil cultivation and trade. Like many people on the Guinea coast, the Ogoni have an internal political structure subject to community by community arrangements, including appointment of chiefs and community development bodies, some recognized by government and others not. They survived the period of the slave trade in relative isolation and did not lose any of their members to enslavement. After Nigeria was colonized by the British in 1885, British soldiers arrived in Ogoni by 1901. Major resistance to their presence continued through 1914.
They come out at an important event like this. Yeah. They are exhibiting the might of the Ogoni people.
It is with great pleasure, joy and sincerity of the heart that I deliver this speech on this very important day of our national life, the Ogoni Day. My name is Lacey Pamela Peter Vigboro, a native of Bodo City in Gokana local government area of Rivers State. By the grace of the Almighty God and the popular choice of the Ogoni people, I was crowned Miss Ogoni 2013 on the 28th day of December 2012. I now serve as Ambassador for Peace and Development in Ogoniland, a role model for change. My projects are centered around reorientation of values, sociocultural integration, peace promotion, talent and skills development, self-employment of female youths in the Ogoniland, and re-strategizing of social platforms to project the rich cultural heritage of the Ogoni people in the Niger Delta region. My tenure as Ambassador for Peace and Development of Ogoniland shall facilitate series of awareness and sensitization programs, training workshops by experts who shall help build our capacities for world best practices, both in sustainable development and organizational management. I therefore use this medium to appeal to all well-meaning individuals in Ogoniland and beyond, churches, local government councils, state governments, charity organizations, youth organizations, NGOs, and indeed corporate institutions in the state to support the actualization of these programs aimed at peace and development in the Ogoniland. The labor of our heroes, Ken Sarawiwa and the Ogoninai, on whom we are gathered here today, shall never be in vain. The seed and vision of our fathers must be nurtured to limelight. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to serve you as Ogoni, face of peace and development, a symbol of talent, the face of beauty and the pride of Ogoniland. Together we shall build a greater Ogoni. Once again, I wish you all a very safe and happy celebration of Ogoni Day. Thank you very much.
Ogoni territory is located in Rivers State on the coast of the Gulf of Guinea, east of the city of Port Harcourt. It extends across the local government area, Kana, Gokana, and Tahi.
One is about peace. We cannot achieve our struggle without peace in our various domains. In our various communities, we will preach peace. After today, I want to believe that all communal clashes within Ogoni cease to exist after today.
The Ogoni people have been victims of human rights violations for many years. In 1956, 4 years before Nigerian independence, Royal Dutch structure in collaboration with the British government found a commercially viable oil field on the Niger Delta and began oil production in 1958. In a 15-year period from 1976 to 1991, there were reportedly 2,976 oil spills of about 2.1 million barrels of oil in Ogoniland, accounting for about 40% of the total oil spills of the Royal Dutch Shell Company worldwide. In an assessment of over 200 locations in Ogoniland done by the United Nations Environmental Programme, UNEP, they found that the 50 years of oil production in the region extended deeper than some may have predicted. Because of oil spills, oil flaring, and waste discharge, the soil of the Niger Delta is no longer viable for agricultural use and attributes to the widespread land degradation.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of the Republic, ably represented by our distinguished diplomatic.
We are here today gathered on the 20th anniversary of the Ogoni Day. It is a day that our leaders set aside 19 years ago. The 4th of January every year, the Ogoni people should come together and unite as one and celebrate this great day. That is why I'm welcoming everybody to today's occasion. As a mother, I'm appealing to every sons and daughters of Ogoni here that this time is no more time for violence. It is the time that Ogoni people has to come together and unite and think of how we can build Ogoni in a better way.
I am highly honored today to have the opportunity of welcoming you to this August occasion. 20 years ago, the Ogoni people mobilized themselves in unprecedented numbers from the nooks and corners of their territory and gathered on this same ground to mark a historic declaration and commitment to a non-violent struggle for environmental justice, human rights, and political inclusion in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That occasion also marked the inauguration of a new phase of the Niger Delta struggle. Ogoni paid a steep price in blood and sweat in the course of that struggle. As in every major revolution in history, the Ogoni struggle devoured its own children. A generation of Ogoni leaders was wiped off. Numerous others lost their lives in extrajudicial killings and collateral deaths. Communities were destroyed. It was the period of the locust for our people. Although these gallant victims of the revolution are always remembered on the Martyrs' Day of November 10, today is also an appropriate occasion to reflect on the essence of their sacrifice. On January 4, 2012, the leadership of MOSOP, the grassroots movement that embodies the Ogoni struggle, passed under an interim leadership, Christian MOSOP Provisional Council. Please, I need to correct that we are not a ruling council, please. MPC committed itself to continue the non-violent struggle along new trajectory, emphasizing the traditional environmental and human rights, as well as socio-economic empowerment, ensuring reconciliation in the movement and in Ogoni, and reinforcing the policy of dialogue and constructive engagement with the government and corporate entities, especially in respect of job creation and economic development to alleviate the dire poverty in Ogoni. MPC also promised to conduct a transparent election and hand over to an elected leadership on 4th of January 2013.
Leadership is not easy. It is always very easy for somebody who is far, who is not on the field, to imagine that it will be very easy. You can just get up and score the goal immediately. It is always very easy for somebody who is sitting on the side to imagine that if you were the one dancing, the whole of this place would turn upside down. But a lot of times, when you give people those opportunities, they find out that it is not as easy as it looks. So to all those that appreciate the difficulties, the struggles, and the challenges of modern life that we're going through today to try to make Ogoni better, I want to thank you for your prayers. I want to thank you for your support. What I will say is that all of us must remember that nobody has a copyright on how to love Ogoni. You know what is a copyright? A copyright is that when you have gone to the Corporate Affairs Commission to register that right, another person cannot use it. Nobody has a copyright on how to love Ogoni. Each and every one of us, as Ogoni sons and daughters, we have a right born within us to love Ogoni and to contribute to Ogoni. And nobody can deny another person that right. We must work together. The way of progress for Ogoni is not that what is good in Magnus Abe should not come out, but that what is good in Magnus Abe should come out. What is good in you should also come out, so that the best of all of us is what will make Ogoni move forward. Today we are talking of the Ogoni struggle. As far as I know, in this life, there is a period of struggle and there is a period of celebration. It can never be the lot of the Ogonis that we will continue to struggle and struggle and struggle. By the grace of God, our own struggle too will turn into a day of celebration. And we will remember January 4th as a day of happiness, as a day of peace, as a day when Ogoni people will come together to celebrate progress and prosperity in Ogoniland. It will not be a day for violence or a day for lamentation. I think that is what our father, late Ken Saronwewa, had in mind. He saw the future, and he knew that Ogoni had the potential to prosper. He knew that Ogoni had the potential to move forward. He knew that Ogoni had the potential to give the best of life to its people. And therefore, this day, January 4th, is not only a day for struggle. By the grace of God, we must turn our struggle to achievement and our achievements to celebration.
The actions of good relationship you created to us. Therefore, we see this in honor. From the movement for the survival of the Ogoni people, MOSOP, 20th Ogoni Day anniversary, Ogoni Heroes Award, presented on behalf of the Ogoni people to Right Honorable Chibuike Rotimi Amechi, CON, in recognition of your contribution to the development and advancements of Ogoni Nation on January 4th, 2013, signed by the provisional chairman. This is given unto you in the name of God the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen.
Please put your hands together, and of course the Executive Governor may have a word of thank you.
Well, let me again appreciate MOSOP and the Ogoni people for this recognition. We have not reached the end of the road, but at least everybody will acknowledge that today in Nigeria, only the Ogoni people have a report that scientifically documents what has been done to the environment and also scientifically recommends a remedy. No other group in Ogoni has something like this.
MOSOP today, 20th, on the 4th of January 2013. We appreciate what you've done, the role you've played. You've succeeded in keeping the flag flying, and you deserve this honor. Accept it in good faith from Ogoni people.
His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State, represented by the distinguished Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Chairman of the Provisional Ruling Council, great Ogoni people, I greet all of you. On behalf of my brother, the former President of the movement for the survival of Ogoni people. I received this award, and he has asked me to send his fraternal greetings. He is indisposed, he's not able to come at this gathering, but he is irrevocably committed to the struggle of the Ogoni people.
Sir, it is Ogoni Day. What inspired the celebration, the day itself as the Ogoni Day?
Well, the Ogonis wanted a day when all Ogonis can come together to remember their struggle, to remember their challenges, and to celebrate their achievements. And I think that, like I was saying today, we have been struggling and struggling and struggling. By the grace of God, January 4th will also represent a time of celebration for the Ogonis.
Ogoni Day is a day set aside by Ogoni people to remember the struggles they made and then anchor it on development, peace, unity and progress. And we do this every year.
So, sir, what this has been for how many years now?
It's the 20th year we are in now. That we have not achieved anything does not mean we are not struggling. One day, achievement will be announced in Rivers State.
So, sir, lastly, what encouragement do you have for your people?
The encouragement is that every year they turn out. The youth are listening to the elders. They are going to school according to the slogan of Ogoni people. We shall not allow anybody, any set of people to cheat us again. The spirit of Ogoni people did not allow vacuum. And Barrister Ledumite filled the position of Ken Sarowiwa. And he kept the struggle on.
Okay, you said though you haven't achieved what you're aiming at, but you will still continue. What would you say is the challenges that you've been facing on?
The unit report, I followed them to the presidency. And we saw President Jonathan. And he promised Ogoni people that the unit report will be implemented to the letter according to the United Nations. That is one. We are also expecting as a people that one day Ogoni will lead this state. Ogoni will be in the vanguard of leadership of Nigeria. We have not lost our hopes because Ogoni people, they are determined, prayerful, and hardworking.
In 1990, under the leadership of activist environmentalist Ken Sarowiwa, the movement of the survivor of the Ogoni people, MOSOP, planned to take action against the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the oil companies. In October 1990, MOSOP presented the Ogoni Bill of Rights to the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The bill hoped to gain political autonomy for the Ogoni people, leaving them in control of the natural resources of Ogoniland and to protect the environment from further land degradation. In 1993, following the protests that were designed to stop contractors from laying a new pipeline for Shell, the mobile police forcemen raided the area to quell the unrest. In the chaos that followed, it has been alleged that 27 villages were raided, resulting in the death of 2,000 Ogoni people and displacement of 80,000. Ogoni Day started on the 4th of January 1993. The annual 20th Ogoni Day took place at Birabi Memorial Grammar School, Bori, on 4th of January 2013. Ogoni Day is a special day in which the people of Ogoni celebrate their victory over the evil forces of marginalization, unconscionable military brutality against the faithless and law-abiding citizens. It's also a time to talk about moving Ogoni people away from old thinking, thus setting it on the path that will help recover lost time and give opportunity for development.
Well, over the years, there have been ups and downs. There have been occasions where one form of response have also taken place, like the issue of environmental degradation. By God's grace, the leadership government under the leadership of Nigerian government leadership of Yaradua commissioned the UNEP study of the Ogoni environment. And we have today the result of that study as popularly called the UNEP report, that's the United Nations Environmental Report of the study on Ogoniland. So it is a ray of hope, especially in the direction of the environmental issues, which was actually the bane of our reaction, even when we had political marginalization and economic strangulation still on site to address. So as we speak now, we are hopeful that having made the first step by the federal government to implement UNEP, to form hydrocarbon environment, sorry, I can't really, but HYPREP is the, so having formed that, we're expecting that sooner than later there will be an implementation of all the recommendations of the UNEP report. To us, the Ogonis, it is a ray of hope.
So what are you encouraging your people?
Yes, we need to stay united, stay focused, just like most of these people, our sons that gave solidarity speech said today. We need to put whatever has happened probably negatively in the past and then be focused on a brighter future. We are hopeful, especially with our expectation of the Bori state creation. We are very hopeful. The Ogonis are in high spirit, and I'm very sure that the Nigerian government will want to disappoint Ogonis and the neighboring LGAs who have come together to expect the Bori state for this area.